Got him.
Hey yo, today I'm going to change your life one tiny step at a time from Kurzgesagt. Hope I said that right. You know what I'm saying? If y'all new, subscribe, help your boy reach 30K. Let me know what you guys want to see next down below. Listen, any of these videos you want me to react to, let me know. I do have another one I have to get to that a lot of you guys wanted me to do. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. The newer ones I'm going to react to. Let's get it.
If you are like most people, there is a gap between the person you are and the person you wish to be.
Yes.
There are little things you think you should do and big things you ought to achieve. From working out regularly, eating healthily, learning a language, working on your novel, reading more, or simply actually doing your hobby instead of browsing Reddit. But it sometimes feels that to achieve your goals, you have to become a different person. Someone who is consistent, puts in more effort, has discipline and willpower.
I believe so. Yeah, because not somebody that's lazy or like he said, strolling through Reddit every day is not achieving anything. Unless that's something, I mean, if that's your dreams, then go ahead. You're not saying you're achieving it, but let's be realistic.
Someone who is consistent, puts in more effort, has discipline and willpower.
Yeah.
Maybe you've tried your hardest to be like that, and it worked for a while, until you find yourself slipping back into your old ways. In the end, you always seem to fail, and with every failed attempt, you become more and more frustrated and annoyed with yourself.
Yep.
If you believe success and hustle internet, it's all your own fault. If you don't succeed, you just didn't want it enough, and the failure is all you. But change is actually hard. And as with most things in life, understanding why makes things easier.
See what he's talking about, Ming.
The jungle. Imagine your brain as a lush and dense jungle.
Yep.
Moving through it, say to make a decision to do something, is like moving through an actual jungle. It's hard and it costs energy. Your brain hates expending energy, so it came up with a trick. All your actions and behaviors leave paths in the jungle of your brain. As you start doing something, you trample down some plants and make rough, improvised trails through the undergrowth. The more often you do the thing, the more pronounced the trail becomes. Over time, it turns into a path that is easier to tread, so you take it more often, and it turns into a street.
Yep.
As you repeat doing the thing over and over for years, the street turns into a highway.
Practice makes perfect. It's like that, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep consistently doing something for you to get better or see improvements. Feel me?
Traversing it becomes effortless, familiar, and comfortable. The more pronounced your brain highways, the more you get used to their comfort. So we continue to use them, which means we tend to do what we've always done. This is why change is hard, especially as an adult when your jungle is crisscrossed by lots of established streets and highways.
Yep.
To understand how those highways are built, we need to distinguish between two things: routines and habits. The things you do, routines and habits. A routine is a sequence of actions that you carry out the same way every time because they've worked out well for you. For example, you get the same ingredients for your favorite dish and cook them in a certain order because you like the taste of the result.
Yep.
Or before going to bed, you set an alarm at 6:30 because this is when you want to get up. Imagine routines as being executed by a wise planner. It's slow and analytical, responsible for strategizing and mental calculations.
Yep.
The planner is aware of the future and carefully considers what kind of result you want. Based on that, it chooses actions to achieve specific outcomes, even if they are uncomfortable, like taking a shower after getting up. Routines can eventually turn into habits, which feel much easier because they're basically a sequence of actions carried out without.
Routines eventually turn into habits. Damn. That's kind of deep, I ain't gonna lie. Because it's like, there's a million ways to do one thing, right? Let's just say. And you're stuck on that routine that you've always did because, like he said, you like the taste of the food, the recipe, the dish. But then eventually It turns into a habit? Oh God, hold on. That's deep.
Thinking about them.
That's deep.
You've done them so often before that your brain considers them rewarding and a great response to a situation. So a habit can feel like you're on autopilot. You don't have to convince yourself to do something that's a habit, you just do it.
Yep.
The important thing about habits is that they are set in motion by triggers, context cues that can be single things or entire situations that give your brain the signal to start the behavior or action.
Yep.
You already have a lot of triggers in your life, like when you see your phone. You almost always unlock the screen. Or you reach for the seatbelt when you sit in a car.
Yep.
Or when you buy your coffee before work, you also get a cookie, even though you aren't actually hungry. Habits are executed by an impulsive toddler. It responds to your immediate desires based on what's around you, without considering any longer-term goals. For the toddler, the future doesn't exist and it hates hard work. So when it notices a trigger,
The future doesn't exist and it hates hard work. That's crazy. Yeah.
doesn't exist and it hates
For
hard
a
work.
toddler.
So when it notices a trigger, it steers you to take this easy road inside your brain that leads to a familiar, rewarding result.
Gratification.
If you get coffee, the toddler also wants the cookie just because that's what you do every morning. This rewarding feeling is also how most of your bad habits started. Chocolate is tasty, browsing Reddit is occasionally mildly entertaining. This is why you repeat these actions, even if they're bad for you. Rewarding feelings associated with an action demand to be repeated, and so a bad habit is born.
Yup.
While the toddler sounds like a built-in sabotage mechanism, it is as important as the wise planner, and actually they work together most of the time. You need your wise planner for thinking big thoughts and parallel parking and doing your taxes.
Yup.
But letting your wise planner do everything would cost too much energy. Outsourcing mundane and repetitive tasks to habits managed by the toddler allows your brain to easily manage your daily life while dealing with more complex mental challenges at the same time. So if we want to change and introduce a new behavior into our lives, we can actually use these energy-saving mechanisms to make it easier. We'll focus on small things, not big ones. Improving your life a little is so much better than aiming high and changing nothing.
Yeah, right. It's like you're chasing this dream, but you keep doing the same shit. You're not allowing different type of ways of change or different type of ways to achieve that thing you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're stagnant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's baby steps out here, bro. It's baby steps. Everybody wants to be at the fucking top in under a month, but it's like for some it works. For you, it'll probably take 10 years. You got to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Especially because small changes can do a lot over months and years. How to build a habit. If you want to make change easier, the best way may not be to force it with willpower, but to convince your brain that it's not that big of a deal.
To welcome habits, don't think of it as something that needs to be forced. Pretty much like enjoy what you do. Whatever it is you want to be a habit, you know what I'm saying? Like make sure it's something you actually want. Don't let somebody else try to like tell you to do it, you know what I'm saying? Or shit like that.
It may not be to force it with willpower, but to convince your brain that it's not that big of a deal. By creating new routines and then turning them into habits. You want your wise planner to construct that first trail and then use your toddler to help initiate the action effortlessly. Let's say you want to work out to be fitter, a very common goal.
Yeah.
The first thing to do is to break down this pretty vague goal into clear separate actions, because the idea is to make the action.
And like you just saw, look, to break it into steps. Bro, one tiny step at a time. Literally, everything is baby steps, bro. Everybody's just trying to find their way out here, you know what I'm saying?
Action itself as easy a threshold as possible. So small it's manageable, and so specific that you don't have to think about it a lot.
Exactly.
For example, a tangible, controllable action might be doing 10 squats every morning. So you can start by trying to create a routine, but already include clear triggers that the toddler can pick up later on.
Yep.
Remember, a trigger is nothing more than a signal that you always associate with the action. They can be visual pointers like seeing a particular object, like your training outfit, or a certain time of day, or a designated place like a nearby park, or even better, all of these things combined.
Yep.
The important thing is that you always start doing your action in a specific context. This trigger is the start button that will eventually set off the action automatically.
Yep.
So to establish a home workout habit with 10 squats to begin with, you could make sure to always do them with your exercise gear on at the same place and time, like in your living room at 8 a.m.
Yep.
Once you have your trigger and action, all you need to do is repeat them regularly, ideally every day. If you keep going,
And here's the thing, waking up alone it could be tough. It's tough for me. You know what I'm saying? I have 3 alarms. I like to wake up at 6, but I have the alarms 9, 9:30, and 10. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I wake up easier at 8, at 9, or 10. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, my body. I love to wake up at 6. I get more shit done. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the day, and I'm just busy. I keep busy. You feel me? But yeah, sleeping for me is just one of those things where it's like I need to turn into a habit of it being 6 every day. At least the weekdays, you know what I'm saying? The weekends I'll sleep in, whatever. But the weekdays, I want to be able to wake up at 6. I got to figure out how to do that. Yes, an alarm is going to work, but it's like you can snooze the alarm, you know what I'm saying? You can snooze it, you could do a whole lot of shit to it to shut it up, and then you're just back to sleeping. You feel me?
they will change from a routine to a habit, from a trail to a highway.
Yep.
Don't get this wrong, the squats will still take you energy to do, but the decision to do them will feel much less like a chore and more like a regular part of your day. While this is simple, it's not easy. Many things you want to turn into habits don't offer as much instant gratification as wasting time on Reddit.
Yeah.
To make your new action easier to repeat and more likely to be picked up by the toddler, try to make it pleasurable. Not necessarily by rewarding yourself after you've done it, but by making the action or behavior itself more enjoyable.
Makes
like
sense.
only list.
Oh my god, that actually makes sense, bro. How can you turn something you want to do into something enjoyable that brings you gratification? You know what I'm saying? That makes you happy. For me, I'll ask this myself. How do I turn waking up at 6 o'clock a good feeling? I don't know. You're not saying sleeping early? But I don't know, bro. That's a good ass point, bro.
Make it pleasurable.
Yo, pleasurable.
Not necessarily by rewarding yourself after you've done it, but by making the action or behavior itself more enjoyable.
And then, like you said, not rewarding yourself after you do it. I feel like when you do that with anything, it's, to me, it kind of looks forced. It feels forced. You know what I'm saying? That's like me waking up at 6 every day and I'm eating a fruit bowl. Yeah, the fruit bowl good as shit. I'm getting healthy. I'm eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know. It kind of feels forced.
Like only listening to your favorite podcast while working out, or chipping away at your taxes while you wait for civilization to load the next round. You need to figure out what works for you. In principle, that's it. Frustratingly simple, like most things you can do to make your life better.
Yeah.
How long it takes for your toddler to take over and establish a habit varies widely. It depends on the behavior you're trying to get used to, what kind of person you are, your stress levels, and many more things. It takes anything between 15 and 250 days until a new habit is kicked off automatically. Between 15 and 250 days until a new habit is kicked off automatically.
I heard it was 30 days. I heard it was a month. If you do something for 30 days straight, it becomes a habit. 15 to 200. Damn, bro, that's imagine you trying to do something and then it turns into a habit on the 200th day. That's a long time, bro. Especially because time is limited out here, you feel me? And tomorrow's not promised. Oh my God. Damn.
Person you are,
15
your
to
stress
200.
levels, and many more things. It takes anything between 15 and 250 days until a new habit is kicked off automatically by its trigger.
Bruh.
You won't know how long it will take for you. Starting is the easy part, especially in the first week or two. Continuing to do it every day is the hard part.
Yup.
But it does get
Yup.
easier as you keep going.
Hey, man.
There are no silver bullets for change.
Fuck.
But the science of habits is a reminder that it is possible no matter how old or young you are. Even if you only end up doing a little more good stuff or a few new things, that's still a success. Being a little bit more healthy or knowledgeable is 1,000,000 times better than being unhappy about a thing and changing nothing. In the end, change is a direction, not a destination. So now, hoping we've given you a bit of insight and motivation, here is a thing we made to make this progress easier with design and science. Please bear in mind you don't need to buy anything to work on yourself. This is optional.
Yeah.
Having said that, we struggle with change as much as anyone else, so we've created our own habit journal, as much for ourselves as for you. Before we printed anything, we tested it on ourselves and got feedback from the Kurzgesagt team and experts. The idea is for you to track your habit progress for your desired behavior. There's a tutorial part which
Even little things as writing stuff down. I've heard people write how they feel down when it's negative, and after they write it down and throw it away, they feel so much better. It's the smallest things, bro.
guides you through the hardest part of the process step by step. You'll get helpful pointers, reflect on your progress, and how you could make things easier for yourself. Once you get through the tutorial part, the habit journaling starts, regularly interwoven with examples, science breaks, and reflections that we hope will help keep the journey interesting. Like our gratitude journal, it's cloth-bound with an embossed hardcover and printed on high-quality paper. Nice to the touch and with lots of beautiful illustrations, this book is a companion on your personal change journey, however small or big it may be.
Yup.
Getting things from our shop is the best way to support Kurzgesagt and what we try to do here on the channel. Thank you for watching.
Crazy, bro. But yeah, man, hey, baby steps. Baby steps to do whatever you want. Whatever you feel like is for you. You know what I'm saying? Just a baby step your way out of everything. I love how Kurzgesagt can change up their content to help people out with their goals by breaking down the science behind the brain's patterns when it comes to triggers and habits, then offering genuine helpful advice. You know what I'm saying? I would add 2 things to this. Start with one change at a time. Yes. Don't go around juggling a million different things in one day. If you got goals to achieve, and like I said, people want the next day results, the month-long results, the 6-month results, bro. Everything is baby steps. Everybody's timing is different. You know what I'm saying? It took me 6. Oh, we just hit 6 years, bro. Pretty sure tomorrow. I forgot my first upload. I forgot when my first upload was. Pretty sure it was this month on the 9th in 2017, bro. Took me this long to hit. About to hit 21K. People hit this in a week, in a month. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's timing is different, man. Start with one change at a time. Life is short, but it's easier to start small. Drastic changes will make things worse. Yes. Number 2, regarding bad habits, like checking Reddit, Insta, anything. Remember that you stand against whole teams that designed this to be more time consuming. So try to avoid it, but be understanding for yourself. It gets easier, but you've got to do it every day. That's the hard part. Yes, bro, you have to do it every day. This, bro, honest opinion. What do we do when we've developed the fear of spending time on things because we can't properly internalize how long anything takes, and because logistically thinking and past experience, or maybe just poor self-esteem, I don't know, tells us we won't actually get anything out of it. Nah, you just keep going. You can't, like I said, everybody's different, bro. You can't be out here looking at somebody else doing the same thing as you and they're further ahead than you, or you believe they're further ahead than you. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like you're at that point you're putting yourself down. You're gonna start thinking about quitting or falling back or putting less time into it. You know what I'm saying? Like you really just gotta focus on your shit, your work. Only get inspiration from other people. That's it. If you're gonna look at other people, try to get inspiration from them, or motivation. Other than that, it's not for you. You should not be sitting here trying to do something and you're over here second guessing what you're doing with yourself or what you're doing with in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Your goals aren't achievable. Like, no, bro. No. Baby steps, yo. That's my reaction. If y'all enjoyed, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't. And I'm out.